friends. Is anyone here? Hi, it's Carla from Casey Creates. I am here. I ran and got a cup of tea. Hi, Joanne. Welcome. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope everyone can hear me this time and I don't lose sound. I'm going to pull out some of the things I thought I would try to do today. Oh, thank you. I had a sweet friend give me this a few years ago, and I'm using it in honor of the Queen. It looks very British to me. I know nothing about proper tea time, but I can pretend. I don't have a lot planned for today, but we'll see who can join us and go from there. Yeah, isn't that sweet? It has a little tray. I guess you can put little cookies or treats on it. I don't have any on there today, but the day that the Queen passed away, I put little pieces of baguette with butter next to my cup. This is just black tea. I might put some cream in it. But I think she literally got this from Marshall's. You know how like Marshall's and TJ Maxx has all these really pretty random housewares? I've seen things like this there. So I thought I would just have a cup of tea while we sit and chat and craft. I know. And Joan, I think I mentioned, maybe not, but she's been battling some bronchitis. Excuse me. So I'm hoping she's feeling better. I haven't checked back in with her, but I need to do that. Excuse me. I really wanted to just jump on and see who might join us and chat for a little while. I don't have anything really involved planned for today. I'm not going to work on our clay today. I'm going to go through some of these digitals. I keep buying these digitals and then never uploading them. So today I decided I would go in and upload a couple, but it looks like my printer did something weird because these are poppies. They're supposed to be red like this, that orangey red color. Some of them turned this magenta pink color. But anyway, you ordered several boxes of peach tea on Zulily. Excuse me. I love peach tea. I just bought some peaches because I feel like we're already getting to the end of the best peaches. But I love peach. Peach is one of my favorite flavors. I must like the color too because that was our wedding color, peach and mint green in my wedding. I don't know why I've always loved everything about the Royals. Um, I don't know anything about their political system or why some people say I'm a royal or no, I'm not a royalist, or I don't get wrapped up in the true politics of it. I kind of get involved in the make believe side of it. Yeah, trust me. And this printer that I have, like the one that I bought when I first started crafting, it just drank the ink, and the cartridges were so expensive. And then this last one I've had for a good 2, maybe 3 years, and it comes with reloadable free. I mean, you pay a little bit of a monthly fee, like $6 or something, really nominal. And then they send you refills for free when your ink runs out. And I've been taking great advantage of that deal. And some days, I don't know what it is, but I just sit down and print and print and print. Because you get so many prints a month. They do roll over to the next month, but I think mine is a Hewlett Packard HP. Anyway, if you do end up getting a printer, you want to get um, that ink cartridge deal, because I think it's very well worth it. My problem is I bought a big, huge box of printer paper, and clearly I didn't buy a very good quality. It just doesn't, I mean, they come out okay, but I think if I get better paper next time, I'll get even better prints. So Mary thought she might be able to join us today. I don't know who else might be able to join us. And if you don't mind, I think I'm just going to, yeah, that package deal. Buy one that way I will go. Yeah. I'm just gonna chat and craft and see what I come up with. I feel like you can't go wrong having plenty of tags on hand. And oh, I should have gone in and checked who made this paper. So in the summer, I've always liked poppies, but I've kind of put them on the back burner and got myself really excited about hydrangeas. And that's why I bought that Stamperia book on hydrangeas, Hortensia, I think it's called. Anyway, I bought that and really got involved with the hydrangeas in the spring. But then in the summer, I was at Michael's and I saw this beautiful, hold on one second. See if I can, sorry for moving you like that. I saw this beautiful bouquet of silk poppies. And then I started getting back on my poppies kick. So I thought I would just sit and make some tags and I'm gonna try to stitch around the edges of my tags. Let me move my tea so I don't knock it over. So I'm gonna try to stitch the the tags onto some of this paper, which I bought on Amazon, and it's already tea-dyed paper. Have you ever seen that before? The paper that's already tea-dyed. I like it. It's a little bit waxy, not waxy, but a slight glossiness to it. So it still makes a pretty tag. Let me look through here. Let's see what I have in the way of maybe stitching on something along with it. Bear with me one second. I'm going to grab my ink. I forgot my ink. I hope more people come. But if they don't, it'll just be us, and that's fine with me. Let me see here. I'll be right back. I'm just looking for my ink. Wouldn't you know, it is not over here. Where is it? Okay. Gotta find my ink. Because you gotta ink around the edges. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm coming, trying to find my ink. Well, wouldn't you know? Not one ink or inker to be found. Maybe in here. Oh boy. I wish I weren't always all over the place, you guys. Anybody else join us yet? I'm back. Let's see. I can't believe there's not one ink or inker to be found. I usually keep at least one dauber and ink pad together. That's strange. Well, we'll just go on without it. I think I've got a whole bag here of bits and pieces, so I'm going to look through that. Oh, when I pass people's yards with hydrangeas, I just drool. I don't have any hydrangeas, and I don't know if you think so, but I felt like they were even more beautiful this year. Like the soil seemed to be just right for the color to really come through. Well, here's a little bit of really pretty lace. I like using this one on my tags. And I do like using this one. So maybe we'll just do some pretty edging on our tags. Well, I sure would like to put ink around the edges of this. Just not sure where I put my ink pad. It looks like it needs to be a little more vibrant. But for the sake of getting one made, you know what? I'm going to look one more place. And then if it doesn't show up, it doesn't show up. And I don't think it would be in there because that's where I put everything clay related. Well, I'll probably find a whole thing of all my Tim Holtz inks when I'm not looking for them. My problem is I do too much at the same time. I try to keep up with all my pottery stuff. And then whenever the whim hits me, I pull out all my sewing, and I don't think I'll ever be one of those super organized people. And I'm just going to forgive myself for that and carry on. But I still think I could make some pretty tags here. I like mounting almost everything on tea-dyed paper. Yeah, I do think Angie's out of town. She put up a video, I think it was Friday, and said they were leaving to go out of town to her sister's caravan. And she said she might pop in because they do have Wi-Fi, but they might be out and about enjoying the surroundings. I hope she's having a great time. I'm going to stitch around this tag, and I decided to use black thread because poppies have that nice black, oh, hold on, black stamen in the center. Oops. There we go. Do you sew, Joanne? Uh-oh. My thread. I never do this, but of course, when you're on camera, anything's likely to happen. My thread has gotten caught, so I have to nip this off and do it over. Actually doesn't look bad, but it was tugging, so now I need to pull that out. Where are my little snipping scissors that Mary made or gifted us for being in her challenge a while ago? Isn't this pretty? And she put a little freesia flower dangle on the end. So I'm gonna pull this out. Hey, if anyone else is joining us and you want to say hello, feel free. Sometimes people like to just watch and stay incognito, and that's fine too. I just don't want Joanne to think she's all alone. However, I always said, even if just one person comes, I am fine with that. We will still enjoy ourselves. But the more the merrier, of course. Let me stitch this again. I do like it with the black thread. Oops, let's do one more. There we go. Yeah, I like to make tags and have them on hand. For a while, I thought I was just wasting my time and, I'll never use all those tags. But it's amazing how many you end up using when you make a paper journal. And I'm going to actually leave some of the long threads here. I might incorporate them into the look of the tag, or I might hang something off of it. We'll see. So I've got this, and then I've got these. Boy, that is going to bother me the whole time I'm trying to think of where I put my inker. I'm going to try to carry on. Ink isn't the end all to be all. But so there are these little charms, the tiny little, I don't know if that's a 1-inch circle or a 2-inch, but I thought they would be pretty for layering on the tags. So I'm going to cut one of these out. Well, let me show them to you first, because these are the little charms, and the place, it's called Christine Art Designs, Christie, Kristie Art Design, and I found her on Etsy, and she has all kinds of digitals, but I just happened to get her Poppies kit because I was, like I said, on this little Poppies kick. These are probably considered 2-inch, maybe. but I like the size, so I'm going to cut one of these out and layer it. And these are circles that would look much better if I inked around the edges. So if you bear with me, I'm going to look one more time. So we don't have Joan today, or Lori, or Debbie, or Chaz, or Angie. I'm saying your names, guys, so if you watch later, you'll know we missed you. Let me go check one more place for my ink. I should have had it out before I went live. I'm sorry. Nope. Guess it just wasn't meant to be. No ink today. I know my ink is always in the same spot, and it's not there, so I clearly moved it. I don't know, we'll make this work. I think this circle is going to show. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't tap anything wrong. Oh, we have another friend. Craft Creations. Hello, welcome. We're just making some tags today. We're all doing pretty well. How are you doing? We have our faithful friend Joanne here. And you're Jeannie? Hi, Jeannie. So glad you're here. We've been doing all kinds of things over the last couple of weeks, including air dry clay. But today I didn't really have a lot of inspiration, so I decided to just make some tags for embellishments in my journals. I use a lot of tags in my journals, and I used to think that making tags was kind of just busy work, but I do actually enjoy now having a stash of tags already made, so that when I go and create my journals, I can just pull from them. And because my journals aren't very specific, a lot of the tags that I put in can go almost in any of my journals, because most of my journals are botanical, in nature, nature themed. Trying to decide what else I want to back this on. Well, first I'll put it on a piece of this tea-dyed paper. I love to tea-dye my own paper, but because I wasn't very inspired today, I decided to use some of this tea-dyed paper that you can purchase online. And poor Joanne's been bearing with me, Jeannie, because I keep jumping up trying to find my ink and my dauber, and I just, for the life of me, can't find it. And Lord knows I have more than one. I have at least 3, but I should have located it before I went live, because now I can't find it. And I like to ink the edges of my tags, and I like to ink the edges of most everything as far as ephemera, especially, the paper ephemera. But I've got these small little 1-inch circles from a digital that I like to use. And so I'm going to use that as part of the embellishment. Yeah, you can order this on Amazon. I didn't know it either. I don't even know how I happened upon it. So let me just decide. I could put an eyelet in here, but this paper isn't very thick, so it doesn't really require an eyelet. But I do think I'm going to put a sentiment. I often create my own sentiments. I have a book of a Tim Holtz sentiment. I find that they're a little too small. Let's see. So I make my own and I just print them on my own tea-dyed paper. So I'm going to see what I might put on here. Says pretty as a rose, but these are poppies. I'm going to use this one. Excuse me, it just says be kind. And again, let me look in here. One more place. Is my ink in there? Nope. My ink is somewhere safe and somewhere where I said to myself, I'm going to put everything right here so I can put my hands right on it. So wherever that is, it's not going to be found today. Yeah, Jeannie, do you record videos? Joanne hasn't taken up that gauntlet yet, but we're hoping she will one of these days. She's a great supporter, though. So I have a piece here of this really pretty vintage script, and I love to layer. So I'm going to just tear a little piece of this and put the word be kind on top of there. I'll hold it up so you can see because I feel like this might be a bit far away. Let me try to get it a little closer. That didn't help. Anyway, I'll hold it up so you can see. Oh, you do have a channel. Great. I like to direct people to everybody's channels. You probably think I have no friends at all because there's hardly anyone here today, but maybe more people will show up. I'm not a monetized channel, and I don't do the videos to necessarily have thousands of subscribers. I just do it out of the pure joy of making videos and feeling like we're making new friends, and it's just a really wonderful outlet for me. So I never get too concerned about how many people can make it from week to week. I try to be consistent and show up every week. I have had to miss a few times. You closed your jar of peanut butter. You having a snack, Joanne? That's funny. Okay, so that says be kind. And then I have a little dish of whatnots here. I'm going to see what might go well. A black something would go well here, but I don't think. So today I really didn't come, like I said, as inspired as usual. And so I probably could find a whole bunch of other stuff. I do have some nice washies here. Let's see what this one is. Ooh, I like this one. That one looks like it would go well with the poppies I'm doing. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I see why I like that one. So I've got this washi tape and then this tiny little doily script one. Oh, you're sweet. It is not as inspired as I would like to be. Some don't know, but I do suffer from fibromyalgia, and it's been so bad this last week. So I am going to go back to the doctor and hopefully they'll figure out something else. There's so many remedies that should help but aren't helping, including no sugar and all that stuff. But this has been since my youngest son was born is when I got diagnosed, and he is now 17. So I have to say, I know people who have much worse of a time of it than me. I don't have flare-ups very often, so I'm grateful for that. But I like to be active and busy, and it definitely slows you down. Yeah, I do think, I remember being younger and thinking, you know, older people were always complaining, oh, it's raining and my body hurts. And I mean, I guess I wasn't making fun of them, but I just couldn't imagine that that would be the case. Well, you live and learn, because it certainly can be the case. Part of me is wanting to put this on here, but I don't know. I'm going to put this one aside and start another one. I'm feeling inspired, but I'm not quite sure how I want to finish that one yet. So you think who you and Joanne might be twins? Oh, yeah. Joanne is wonderful about subscribing and commenting, and I just love her presence here every week. Let me see. Isn't this one pretty? I love this one. Let's cut this one out. I think we'll make this one into like a booklet tag. I like it probably because it's already looking like it's got inked edges. And I desperately wish I could find my ink right now. And since I can't, we'll use this one. It'll make me feel better. So this is a pretty poppy one. Got ink in my hand if you see that little dot. It's the way of a crafter. It's a permanent marker, so it's not going anywhere for a couple days. We'll see. Hopefully in the shower it'll come out. So let's mount that guy on. Actually, maybe we'll be a little whimsical. Let me think about this a minute. Sometimes I like to do things a little outside of the box. I think I will. I'm going to mount it on this paper. Or should I mount it on some note paper? No, let's mount it on this. Oh, these are digitals. Do you do digitals? Like on Etsy, if you go on and do like different themes and then just put digital papers. Like I put poppy digitals, and then they come up and you print them out on your own printer. And I have gotten some beautiful papers that way. You just have to be able to print them yourself. I don't really like the thick paper that the paper pads come on. I prefer the thinner paper. Thank you. I'll tell you the name of the lady. Her digitals are Christie Art Design. Kristie. Christie Art Design. That's the one I got these from. I was really having a moment where I just wanted all things poppies. And there were some paper pads you could purchase that had poppies, but they weren't as, I don't know. I don't think they were as pretty, to be plain and simple. This paper, I love this one. This is a, boy, now I can't remember the name of the lady. I found these on HLN HS Home Shopping Network. That's dangerous for me, so I stay away from that website. But they have a craft section in Home Shopping Network, so you can, you can find pretty paper pads on their website too. So this is just going to be a flip up, but it's just flimsy tea-dyed paper. So, hey, Andrea, so nice of you to come. Andrea's Life. I like watching your channel. So we're making some journaling tags. And even though this is the pretty side, I don't know, maybe I will use, I'll use this side. I was going to say I wasn't going to use it because I thought it didn't really have poppies, but now that I'm looking at it, there's some tiny little poppies on here. And I think it'll make a great contrast, and it'll also help my paper tag to not be too flimsy. So it's kind of a mixed bag for me. Sometimes I like just the nice thin copy paper, and that's why I'll purchase the digitals, because I can print it on whatever weight paper I want. But then some of these cardstock ones are so nice. Actually, I'm going to move this down a little this way, yeah. So that I don't cover up that pretty poppies bouquet. There we go. I hope there's not too much going on here in your view. I was saying how I don't get carried away about how many people are watching or my numbers. And the other thing I don't get too carried away about is camera. A lot of people get so upset about the focus and the camera, and I just can't get too carried away about it. So if something goes awry, it's not that I don't care. I just feel like because I do this for the fun of it, I can't take it too seriously. I just like to go with it. I'm kind of a go with the flow kind of girl anyway. So there is going to be that, but I'm going to tack this onto the front because I love pattern mixing and layering colors, and then I'm going to not only do that, so if I pull it up, you'll be able to see the poppies right there. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you understand. And I'm going to stitch across the top here because I like that stitch look, but also because that way it'll sort of make another little booklet. And that's it. So it makes that fun little black zigzag thread there. I hear people nervous about stitching on their paper, and I probably should be a little more concerned about it. I don't do it a lot. This was a gift from my husband, though, a few Mother's Days ago, and I just love the sewing machine. It's so much fun. I had an old one that was just fine. I would have been able to continue using it, but he was kind enough to gift me a new one. So this tag, you could journal up here. We have this, and then I think it would be fun to add, one second. Let me just snip this. I'm going to punch a hole here and here because I want to put a ribbon through. Hopefully I won't stab myself. There we go. And seam binding is another one of my favorite things. I think I had some seam binding over here. So forgive me for not staying with you guys as long as I usually do. I probably won't stick around for the whole hour. I say that and then the time ends up going so fast. Who knows? I won't say whether I'll be here the whole time or not because I just want to stick around as long as you guys are happy being here. I don't have to rush off. You guys, I'm making a roast. It's one of the least favorite things that I do. My family likes it, and I mean, I shouldn't say they like it. I don't know if they like my roast. They like roast. I know my husband always liked his mother's roast, and I always liked my mother's roast, but I'm the worst at making meat. I'm good at ground beef and chicken, depending on what it is, I guess. I say all that because my roast is cooking in the slow cooker. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Yeah, the lace is always going to show up somewhere. So I'm going to poke this through and tie a bow. One of my favorite, I just love combining paper and fabric. I'm not a one or the other kind of girl. Okay, so I'm just going to tie a bow and get it a little more even. There we go. So what do you like to create, Jeannie? Do you do journals or what's your medium? Do you cook it in the crock pot? Did I say pressure? I don't remember what it is. Anyway, it's one of those air fryers that has the different features, and right now it's on slow cooker. You draw lines around the project. It's for stitching. That works. That looks cute. My friend Evie Foldu, she has a channel, and she does the little drawing around the edges. As a matter of fact, let me show you the pen I love. This is called a Pigma, a Micron Pigma O. Well, this is a Pigma 03. In college, we used these for line drawings. The Pigma 01, I had like 6 of them because we had to do so many line drawings, but this is one of my favorite pens, and it does great making the little line marks. It's a nice, bold, black ink. No matter how thick or thin, it shows up really well. And it's water resistant. I don't know if it's a permanent marker, but it doesn't blur or anything. Anyway. So you like creating cards, but mainly paper crafting. Oh, yeah, it's totally addicting once you get started. You know what? I want that contrast. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch around the background of this one too. Oops. It came out. There we go. There we go. I think I also like how the stitching makes it look a little more shabby and gives it another element of texture. And I've seen some ladies even hand stitch on the paper, and that gives it sort of a primitive look to me. I'll go ahead and snip these off. I need to get some sharper scissors. Okay, so there it is. Now it's got more of a zigzaggy. My bow needs to be bigger and fluffier, I think. You found the Micron pens on Amazon. Good. Oh, Andrea, good. You're going to do junk journals? You guys, I'm starting to do junk journals, like true junk mail junk journals. Like I have like a waxy bag that was holding something. I can't remember, but I'm trying to like really gather up true junk, not like greasy food paper or anything like that, but junk mail and glassine bags and liners from things that might make fun paper textures for a journal. So I'll see how that goes. See, Joanne, everybody's wanting to find a way to support you. She just hasn't done it. I don't know. I haven't asked her, about what might get her to make videos, or if that's even something she's interested in. It took me a long time to not feel intimidated by it. And I'm a teacher by background, so to stand up in front of a class and talk, I have to do that. But I don't know why the idea of doing it on camera was so much more scary for me. But now I'm used to it. So I want to find another sentiment. I love to put sentiments on things. Let's see. I don't know what on this list. I have several of these. I know they look like a hot mess, but I use them to just snip out my words. Let's see. I've got Oh Happy Day, Love Makes the World Go Round, Play, Escape. What's this one? Nothing. Fly High Butterfly. In a World of Make-Believe. Oh, I kind of like that. I'm going to use that one. In a World of Make-Believe. Because I love to live in a world of make-believe. Especially with all that's going on in our world today. Yeah, Andrea does a vlog, and she just gives you a day in the life. I think it's funny that people do their vlogs, and I'm not sure they realize how many of us watch all the time. I guess bad on us for not commenting and letting you know that we watch all the time. But I do love watching. I'm going to make this In a World of Make-Believe. There we go. And again, I'll try not to let it bother me that I can't ink around the edges of this. Ooh, I don't want to cover up my poppy. In a World of Make-Believe. There we go. They don't have to be perfectly straight. So there's that tag. And then they could be so much fussier than this. Much more fussier, much more fussy. I'm not sure. But tags can be as, fussy and cluttered or simple as you want. I think these are quite pretty. I'm going to put a little lace behind this one. But I think I want a slightly wider piece. Let's see what I have in here. I have cheesecloth. Everyone knows I love cheesecloth. Yes, Craft Creations. I'm going to be excited for you to show us some more of your crafting. I'm going to look for you. This is a really old vintage piece of lace, you guys. Somebody told me what this was called and that it's some kind of an Irish inlay piece. I find really old vintage lace at this antique shop not far from my house. And a lot of people have trouble cutting into it. I don't. I think it's so much fun to just add a pretty little piece of lace, especially old vintage lace. And this one was on a little card that said it was 100 years old. So I'm going to stick that on here. I believe it was probably like the center of a collar, not a collar piece, but you know, where the buttons go. Actually, I'm going to move it over just a little bit more so more of it can show. Just a random piece. So yeah, if you guys do junk journals or paper journals, I love adding lace to my paper journals. And I'm just going to stick this guy, girl, piece, whatever, on here. I want a little bit more hanging off than that. Let's move it over. I like this glue. It's very much like Fabri-Tac. It's Beacon, and I compare lots of glues because I love glue. Fabri-Tac will always be my favorite, but this one is, Beacon makes Fabri-Tac as well. And for paper tags, this one is just fine. And I got it at Dollar Tree. Yeah. It goes fast though when they have that one out. You know what? I'm having trouble because I didn't cut a big enough piece. So not enough of it is showing. So bear with me. What I was basically saying is it's forgivable. I mean, it's forgiving because you can move it around a lot before it completely dries. So I'm not going to have a lot of this one showing on this one, but I'll use it again. Well, that is not going the way I had hoped. I'm going to snip some more of that off. There we go. I like that much better. And then I'll probably put a little hole here to dangle something from the side. Yeah, so Fabri-Tac works on acetate, but the one that works the best on acetate is called Art Glitter Glue. And a lot of people think glitter glue means it's for glitter, but I don't know why. They just maybe wanted to confuse us, because Art Glitter Glue works great on plastic surfaces and acetate and things like that. And you can order it on Amazon. It's not the cheapest glue, but it works beautifully. So that's, I don't have it here at reach, but if you just type in Art Glitter Glue, it should come up, and it works really well. Thank you, Jeannie. I appreciate that. I'm going to probably be done with these two for today because we're getting on close to 5. I don't know if my roast is going okay. I don't smell it, so I've got to make sure it's going. Oh, that's right. Slow cooker. You don't really hear it when it's in the slow cooker. But you guys, what I love about making random tags and just pulling stuff out is like things in this bag that don't really have a rhyme or reason can end up being beautiful tags. So even though your little scraps and bits can end up being a bit muddled and all over the place, if you come with just the basics as far as some digitals or some tea-dyed paper and cardstock, and then all the little bits, you can do a lot of layering, and before you know it, you'll have some really nice tags. I love the fairy wing angels, the vintage ones. I have a video on those. And I love, like I said, pattern mixing. So I've got plaid, and I usually will layer it with flowers. I've got some of these circles that were digitals, and I inked around the edges and stitched them, and now they're ready to just cut out and layer. So if you just keep little bits like this around, I've got some music note paper, another little piece of card, got some crocheted doilies, which are fun to stitch a plastic circle decoration in the middle. Maybe I'll do one of those last. Let me see if I've got one of the larger circles here. I'll do one of these with some cheesecloth underneath. I think we'll do this one simply because it's a little bit bigger. Maybe you'll be able to see it. I like to, two of my favorite things are for layering on a vintage look is cheesecloth and eyelash trim. So I'll put a little bit of cheesecloth under there. What, did you post a link to your channel? Let me see. Oh yeah, Andrea, I didn't know you had a craft channel. That's cool. All right, so I've got a little cheesecloth here, and I'm going to layer this little circle on top. And we'll stitch around it. Like so. And see how quick that turned into such a cute little tag. And then who did I see do that not long ago? Somebody, I think it was Donna Little. She sells the doilies. She put tea-dyed paper on the back, so then you could make it an embellishment, but then you could also write on the back, which I think I'm going to do, and then we'll be done. And I think I'll use one of these because this is a nice size. Yeah, we'll use one of these. And this one has already got that nice tea-dyed edge to it. So it looks a little vintage. So now, just from visiting with you guys, I have 3 more nice tags to add to my collection for journals. And because this one's already stitched around, I'm going to just glue this one down. It'll be just fine that way. I like that damask kind of pattern on there. And I think it goes this way. So we'll lay it on here like so. I hope you guys have some crafting time this week and some time to just enjoy doing what you love. I enjoy meeting up with you each week. No matter who can join us, it's always a pleasure having you. So thank you for your time and stopping by. These are my 3 tags for today. This one, and this one. Move that out of the way. I'll lift them up a little higher. Let's do this. This one this one, and this one. This one needs a little bit of something up here, I think. You're welcome. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you for always being so kind and visiting and coming by. So this was my little poppy theme tag. Random, I know, not as exciting as I would have liked it to be, but there's always, Lord willing, next week we can step it up a little bit. I'm making clay casserole dishes with my adult students, and so I've got to get that demo ready to go. And with clay, there's stages of clay, so I've got to do some of it today, and then I won't be able to continue until tomorrow. I'll show you this glue. This is the Beacon foam and poster board adhesive, and I really do think, Andrea, this might actually work on acetate. If they have it still. It's, like I said, it's at Dollar General, but sometimes hard to find. So thanks again for visiting, and I'm probably going to call it a night. It's about 5 after 5 Eastern time. I don't know where the time it is where you are, but oh, let me mention before you go, I might change the time to an hour earlier. It would help our ladies in the UK who are 5 hours ahead of us. There's a lot going on in the UK with the death of the Queen. So that might be why some of our friends didn't visit us. Just maybe they're watching or something. But I'll give you a message ahead of time to let you know if I decide to go 3 o'clock Eastern time instead of 4 o'clock so that you won't miss us. Okay, so good night, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon.